In today's video, I'm going to go over the 8 easiest plants to grow, either in containers or in the ground. Hi, I'm Robin. Welcome to Robin's Container Garden. So you've got me in glasses again today. I'll be going back and forth between being in glasses and having my contacts on, so just forgive me. This is my pumpkin arch, as you guys have seen before. And no, we don't have pumpkins going up here yet, but I do have them germinating, so it won't be long before I'll be able to plant them out. Again, we haven't hit our frost date yet. This is Saturday, the 14th of May. Yes, I am videoing this the day before the video goes out. But before we get started, I wanted to say, wow. Last week's video has completely just blown up. I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter what happened. I'm really happy to have so many new subscribers, and the views on that video as we stand at the moment are well over 1,500, and that beats everything that I've done up to this point added together. So I don't know what happened, and I know YouTube has been promoting it, so that helps a lot. But I just wanted to say I will do the very best that I can to continue to bring you content that will help you in your garden and that will be interesting to you. So I'm going to be taking you around different parts of the garden today, and we're going to be counting down the 8 easiest vegetables to grow in your garden, either in containers or in the ground. I have them planted in various places. I just lost my notes there. Okay, so more comedy. I have them planted in various places, and I'm gonna be showing you pictures from my crops from last year, because they aren't big enough this year to really give you any idea. But if I do intersperse them with any pictures or video from this year, from seedlings and little things that are started, then I'll put like what year that they were videoed or photographed, so you'll know which is which. So we're gonna get started, and before we get started, we're gonna move to another part of the garden. Right now we are on the east side of the house. North is behind me, south is in front of me, obviously, because that's how this works. But on this side of the house we have the bulb lasagna, the front door. We have the beans and the peas in the veg bed. We have the wildflower garden, and we have the big flower garden. So this is mostly lawn here. Obviously the pumpkin arch is on this side. It'll get the morning sun, and it gets afternoon sun just over about here in the summertime, when it really counts, when everything's going. But we'll kind of get to that as we're going along, and we're going to move around to the north side of the garden just now. We're going to move around there, and then we're going to start our countdown. Okay, first of all, I need to make a bit of a correction. It's not the top 8, it's top 7. It's the 7 easiest vegetables to grow in your garden. I really do need to look at my notes more often. We'll start with number 7, and number 7 is beans, closely followed by peas. Now, last year I grew burlata beans, and I didn't plant them until July, and we still got an amazing harvest around about I guess September, October. The pictures that you're seeing are pictures of the beans. I had some around the east side of the house and some around the west side of the house in the sun trap where all the containers are going to be going. So the best harvest that we had were the beans that were in the ground in the big veg bed. You can grow beans in a container, but I made a few mistakes last year. I fed them, fertilized them, and you're not supposed to really fertilize them. They get all their stuff from the ground. But being in a container, all the goodness washes out when you water them. or when you have a heavy rain. So you have to feed them. So you have to find something that has a low nitrogen content and something a bit higher in potash or potassium. So you have to balance that out. And I didn't have that last year. We did get a harvest from the beans around the back in the container, but we got a much better harvest from the ones that were planted in the ground. We didn't grow peas last year, but we are growing peas this year. And I'll tell you, even if you grow them for the pea shoots, they're fantastic. But we're growing them for not just the pea shoots, but also for obviously the peas, because we like peas. And I want to see how that works. Right now, I'm going to show you a video of them in the veg bed around the east side of the house, in the front of our house. And the peas are in a cage. They're under a cage at the moment until they get big enough to stake. That's just to protect them from any pests like birds, which you guys know we have plenty of those around here. In fact, some of them are fighting back here. So we have to protect them from the birds, because the birds do like those nice tender pea leaves, just like we do, really. And I had my beans under little plastic bottle cloches to get through their tiny little stage. They're bigger now. They've outgrown their cloches, and I've taken the cloches off yesterday. So you'll see the video. In the video, you'll see where the beans are located. On the left side of that photo are one of my broad beans. I'm not sure which one. I think it's the masterpiece. In the middle are the Bilardi beans, and on the right side are the other broad bean, which is the Grano Violetto. I'm pretty sure I put the Grano Violetto on the right, but I'll correct that on the screen if I got that completely wrong. In the front, I've got some dwarf French beans that are called Purple Queen, and we lost, I think, 3 of those we've lost to slug damage. Fun times. But I've planted a bunch more beans in the ground, both the broad beans and the French beans, as well as peas are planted in the ground, so we're hoping that those will be coming up soon. Like I said earlier, frost date another week away, and then we have to kind of be a little bit careful just to make sure that we're not gonna get too excited. Once the frost date hits, I'll start hardening stuff off to get it ready to plant outside, and I'll probably plant it out maybe a day or two before the buffer of the frost date of the 2 weeks. So number 7 and number 6 are beans and peas. Number 5 on my list of easiest veg to grow in containers or in the ground is tomatoes. Now that shouldn't be a big surprise. Tomatoes are very easy to grow. If you can get them to germinate, then once they get germinated and you can get them up to true leaf status, they're actually really quite easy. Now, I'm going to show you my tomatoes. Let's see, let's get the prettiest ones. Yeah, these are my babies. These are my cherry babies, and they are doing really well. I've got 2 of them, and they're growing fantastically. They will be, oh no, that's not cherry babies. Good Lord, what is wrong with me? I'm having one of them days. These are my sungolds. I have no idea where my brain is. These are my sungolds, and they are doing absolutely fantastically. They're putting on all kinds of true leaves, and I know they're excited about getting outside. Yeah, they are excited about getting out. I promise you they're excited about getting outside. So these are all in the greenhouse at the moment, and like I said in another video, what I'm doing is I'm putting them in here until it gets time to harden them off for outside, and then we'll either open the door or I'll put them in my little kind of cold frame sort of thing, and then they're going to go around here where we are. This is on the west side of the house, and this will be where they are. This is the morning, so it will be once, I mean, don't know, you can't really tell. You might be able to see a little bit of sun coming. So we're already starting to get sun in the middle of May, and it will come over once it passes over the house. This will be sunny until the end of the day. So this is where the tomatoes are going to live until they go outside, and then they're going to be around here. So that's number 5 is tomatoes. Number 4 is courgettes. This is where we had our courgette last year. We only had 1 plant, and it did us really well. It fed us. We had about, I'd say about every 3 or 4 days we'd have a couple of courgettes coming off the plant. I can't remember exactly when we got our first courgette, but I'll go back in my diary and I'll put it on the screen somewhere. This year the courgette's not going to go here. The only reason that I'm filming here, and this is the wildflower bed, the only reason that I'm filming it here is because this is where it was last year, and this will be where you see photographs of the courgette plant that we had last year. And it got huge. It was all the way out here. I mean, it was the biggest thing I've ever seen. So here this year we're just doing wildflowers, but courgettes, very easy, and if you're not careful you'll end up with way more than you need. So we're only going to have 2 this year. I'm hoping to have courgettes like every day for the summer. They're going to be grown in 20-gallon containers this year, one in each, and they're going to be around the kind of northwest side of the garden. Definitely will have courgettes this year, and I can't wait to have them because they're absolutely fantastic, better than anything you can get in the supermarket. Now, number 3 is the only thing on this list that I didn't grow last year, and that's potatoes. Now, you guys know when I planted those potatoes, it was about a month and a half ago. I planted the chitted potatoes, and look at them, they're just amazing. So these are definitely easy to grow, so you're definitely going to need to make sure, especially if they're in containers, that you water them properly. But they are so easy, and I'm so excited about being able to do my first potato reveal later in the year. So that's my number 3. My top 2 easiest vegetables to grow in the garden, either in a container or the ground. Thank you, Bird. Appreciate your input. He's agreeing with me. Are radishes and salad leaves. Now those are probably the easiest possible thing that you could grow in your garden. I'm not a big radish fan. I don't faint. It's just I've never really liked them. But my husband does, so I planted some radishes for him last year, and I'll plant some for this year as well. Just going to dot them around in different places because we had a few problems with slugs last year for radishes. For some reason they love radishes, so especially the ones that are underground. So we'll be planting them in various places around in different containers and that kind of thing. Salad leaves, anything from lettuce to pak choi and things like that. Very easy to grow. You obviously have to keep them safe from our little winged friends that are around. I know they're around here somewhere. I can hear them. I'm not making it up, I promise. You can hear them too, right? But the salad leaves, you have to, especially when they're small, you have to protect them. Last year I planted some underneath my bean teepees, and they did okay for a little while, and then they just didn't do so great. I started some off in seed trays and then planted them out into the garden once they got a little bit bigger, but I did keep them safe. I did protect them until I got them out, and they did okay. We were able to get plenty of lettuce from I think it's called salad bowl, the one that we used last year. But I'm growing a few different kinds this year, and I haven't planted them yet because I'm waiting so I can plant them directly outside in their container that they're going to live in. So those are my top 2, is radishes and salad leaves. Now, because I told you at the beginning that I'm doing the the top 8, and then I changed it to top 7. I'm gonna go back and say top 8 again, but I'm also gonna add a bonus to that. And I don't know how I skipped them. I don't know how I missed them off my list. Carrots. Carrots are so easy, and I'll tell you something about carrots. When you're planting them, seeds, you just get a whiff of those seeds and they smell amazing, which is why the carrot root fly really likes them. But I've got my carrots here, and you've seen a video of them before, but I'll take another picture because we've got true leaves now. And I'm like really excited. I don't know why I get so excited about true leaves on plants, but I do. Carrots are very easy to grow. And my bonus is going to be spring onions. And onions, full stop. Onions from seed, a little bit more tricky, but onions from sets are a lot easier. And spring onions, again, just sprinkle them, let them grow, and they'll do really well. So those are my bonus, carrots and onions. And I honestly can't believe that I left those out of my list. So you've got a bonus now. So now we've got cows chiming in. You probably can't hear them because they're quite a distance away. This is a directional mic, but they're definitely moving over there. Anyway, that's it for this week. So what I want you to do is you tell me what your easiest crop that you've grown in, whether it's a container or in the ground. What is the easiest thing that you've ever grown, and why do you like it so much? I have this philosophy. I keep hearing, eat what you grow, eat what you grow. I'm about growing what you eat. I'm not going to grow something just because it's easy. I'm not going to grow something just because everybody else is growing it. I'm going to grow things, or try to grow things in my garden that I know that we enjoy. Food prices are skyrocketing around the UK, and it's getting harder and harder to find things that you like in the grocery store at a reasonable price. So more people than ever are starting to grow things in their gardens or in greenhouses. Allotments are like hen's teeth around the UK at the moment, and if you've got one, you're very lucky, and hopefully you can get some stuff going. But I'm all about the grow what you eat. So if you don't like it, don't grow it. So tell me what you think is on my list that you don't like or you don't want to grow or whatever, and also tell me what you find is your easiest one. And what did I miss off of the list as well? I'm sure I missed some things that either I haven't grown yet, or haven't tried to grow, or have grown and decided not happening. So I'd love to hear from you. And again, thank you so much for everybody that has watched last week's video, and I hope you enjoy this video. I'm hoping in the next week or so I'm going to do a little road trip over to Perth in Scotland and go for a walk through a really pretty garden. So that's one of the things that we're kind of hoping to do in the next week or so. But I got some really exciting things planned coming up, as I said in my last video. So until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye y'all.